Hey guys, today we're going to check out another mobile gaming controller that works on Android, iOS, and Nintendo Switch. This is the LinYuvo Meteor is what it's being called, I believe. This box just says the mobile game controller. But let's take a quick look at the listing, because this is the one of the devices that I actually purchased, which makes it so much easier to review because I could just open it with you guys and take a look at everything. So look, we have Hall effect sticks, linear triggers. Okay, I guess that's because it's not just for Nintendo Switch. Keystone mapping, I guess that's probably like Android mode for PUBG or whatever you call it, and Genshin Impact and whatever you need that for. Who knows? There's back buttons on this thing, like invisible back buttons. So we're just gonna kind of open this thing up and check it all out. I have an Android phone. Actually, I'm filming with my Android phone, but I have a tablet. I have this iPhone, and I have an older iPhone that maybe we can try. So we'll see. It seems to work with some older Android 3.5-inch devices. I guess maybe not older, but smaller. And up to 6.3-inch. I guess that's on the small side for Apple devices. All right, let's just put this aside right here. Cut into this bag and see what we have going on here. So the LinYuvo, let's zoom in. Quick look at the box. The front of the box, RGB light ring. I'm surprised it doesn't say Hall effect sticks on here, even though it's advertised to have Hall effect sticks. 6-axis gyroscope, turbo, program back buttons. Supported platforms, Android, iOS, Switch. It comes with that stuff. On the back here, we have a little dent, not too bad from coming all the way from China. Pair method, okay, here we go. For Apple, or for iOS, it's B+HOME. For Android, or HID Android, it's A+HOME for, I guess, direct play. Or is that D input? I don't know. Press the pair button for 3 seconds. I guess that's direct Android. I'm wondering if that's just going to be like Xbox wireless. And then we have Switch, which is Y+HOME. Oh, Xbox wireless is iOS. This is just Android Gamepad. This is button linker. I see. Okay. So they've been around since 2012, focusing on all kinds of stuff. Quality, innovation, advanced functionality. Let's just check it out and see how advanced it is. Will that do it? I'm thinking we'll try the iPhone first, just so we can go into like the calibration tool. Ooh, I should have cut that sticker right there. I tore the box a little bit. So we have our USB cable right here on top. Your typical standard USB-A to USB-C. Nothing special. Set that aside. No foam padding or anything like that, but we do have our baggie. We have our manual here. So now that we already took a look at the box, I'm going to move that aside. I'm going to try to scoop myself in a little bit here. And before we go into the instructions, let's just take this bag out of the picture. Tiny little thing. I mean, relatively speaking. Let's see what I can show for scale. Nintendo controller. There you go. So, yeah. So that's on the small end of things. Let's take these off right here. These are supposed to be Hall effect sticks. They got metal rings around them, which is nice. We're gonna have to test this D-pad, these buttons, these bumpers and triggers, and these basically invisible back buttons. So you see that ML right there and M right there. That's probably for setting it. So I guess first, sticks. Let's just see. They feel smooth. There's no anti-friction rings on them. You don't feel much friction, but it's not like buttery smooth like it was on that last controller I did a video on. Let's take a look at this D-pad right here. Up close, it looks like it's gonna have really shallow travel. I'm guessing it's gonna be clicky, and it is. So it does have a central pivot, very slight, but yeah, no, you can't hit all directions at once. As you can probably hear and see in the video here, press down on it. It does seem like you can force a diagonal, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those things that happens easily. You know, I have to really push down to do it. Will it be able to do diagonals naturally though? We'll have to find out. Face buttons. Ooh, oh, they're mechanical. I thought that was like a mushy membrane. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. I was not expecting that. I think it did say mechanical buttons on the advertisement. I just didn't pay attention, and I was just thinking they were going to be silicone rubber membrane. We'll have to see how that feels in game. You know, it kind of feels similar to the old Koi Orvis controller, like the Gemini. It feels like there's a silicone softness in between the micro switch. All right, bumpers, or the, you know, shoulder buttons. Micro switches, nice and easy to press, not too loud. They work at every single position. No complaints. I kind of like the way they feel. How you know, this stick does feel a little bit in the way here, but it's not too bad, especially if you're holding B. A, it's a little hard to reach. You got to kind of arch your thumb over it. That's how everything with Switch is, you know, when you have the overlaying, the inline controls. So yeah, these I like. Triggers, analog. It'd be nice if there was a trigger stop for Switch mode, but we'll have to see how clean and smooth these analog triggers are. See if we can get it going in Gamepad Tester. All right, so first thing we want to do is test it in Gamepad Tester. So I'm just going to try to pull it up on the iPhone. What was that the box said? Maybe I don't even need this. If we could just do this quickly, we don't need to go into the manual. We have a box, B+HOME. All right, let's try that. We're going to go right into iOS. And I guess before I do that, because I've only paired a few things to this phone since I've had it, let's just go into Bluetooth settings. And we got a Bluetooth settings. And now we're going to press, what's home? Okay, there's home, and there's B. There's B plus home. We see some lights shining, and we see a device pop up. Xbox wireless controller. And we are paired. We are connected. So I'm going to put this in the device. You know what? Let's see how far this thing stretches. Oh, that is a strong spring. That is a strong spring. It's probably the strongest I've ever felt. And which side of the camera? It's going to go on the left side because that's the side that will be indented. Wow, really strong spring. Don't want to get your finger caught up in there. Look at that. That actually looks pretty clean. So you press home, it wants to take, or I guess home is kind of, it's going into Game Center. It's like it's, I guess for iPhone related things, they've programmed it. They want you to use their Game Center on iPhone. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. And then we'll try to pull up Gamepad Tester or something. All right, let me get out of here. Try to get into, do I have portrait mode locked? I don't. It's just being fussy on me. Let's just go into Gamepad Tester. Here we are. The legit one, hardware. All right, so it's acknowledging it, but my phone is not. There we go. Okay. So it sees it as an Xbox controller, which is good. And we do have the option to test circularity. So that's cool. So let's just test all the buttons first. A, perfect. B, X, Y, very nice. D-pad. So yeah, no problem hitting left and right when you're pressing down, but looks like we can do a fireball with no problem. Sure you can. Charge moves. I think the D-pad's gonna be fine, you guys. Bumpers, triggers. Oh, let's go back up. Look at those lines right there. Oh, that's instant press. Wow, that is not, that's a digital. So for whatever reason, there is no analog on the iPhone. That's instant. So it is what it is. I'm not sure why. We'll have to test it later with Xbox or with something else and see if we can get an analog input with one of the other, like on a Android or something. So let's test the circularity here. I don't really care about the analog triggers personally. I'm going to try this on the Switch next, so let's just test this out first. Oh my goodness. It doesn't get very much better than that. Wow. See, these sticks are getting better and better, you guys. In regards to circularity, the Hall sensor sticks, we're not going to have drift. Look how beautiful that is. So that's basically the best I've seen yet. Actually, how the next one's just going to say perfect. So there we are, guys, with Gamepad Tester. I don't think I need to go into the app. Let's see if I press home there. Is it going to take me into... It didn't do anything that time. So, you know what? Since we're on the iPhone, let's go into Delta and have a little fun for a minute. Apotris. Let's play some Delta Game Boy Advance homebrew on an iPhone. The times we're living in. Let me wipe the screen down for a minute. Just a quick little test of the D-pad here. So this is Delta. It's so cool. If you guys haven't seen it yet, let me know if you'd like to see a video showcasing this awesome new option we have to game on iPhones. Works fine. So D-pad is fine. Sticks tested fine. I won't go into a whole game and play forever here. I know that's probably boring for you guys. But as you can tell, things are looking good. Can I get one Tetris? It's going to take me a while. Ooh, what do we want to do here? Let's just do this first. Oh, yeah. There's my Tetris. Quad. Alright, guys. So, home pauses it, which is great. So, Delta is already kind of lined up with the way iOS works. Those back buttons are something we're going to have to figure out on here. But we might do that in another video. You know, maybe we'll do that in this video. Let's just real quick pull this manual out and see if we can find out how to program a back button. Connection method, so switch, charging, turbo, back keys. So you could basically do it to all of them. And so to enter program, press the key you want to set. Click the back button to complete the setting. So press the key. Yeah, I don't want to deal with reading all that with you guys on here right now. Let's just let you see it just in case you want to know. We do have back buttons on here. I don't use back buttons that much, but what I want to do is I want to try to play a little bit of Nintendo Switch on here. So I'm going to take the iPhone out now. We're going to disconnect the Bluetooth. Man, that is a tight spring. And we'll check out Delta on another day, you guys, because it's such a simple set of emulators for Nintendo, basically everything up to Nintendo DS, and except no GameCube or anything on here. But dude, it's awesome. So, and it works perfectly. It's like everything on there works perfectly. Let's get out of there. And what do I want to do here? I just want to close out my Bluetooth on here. So that's going to turn that off. Get that out of the way. I'm going to have to look at the box one more time. Excuse me as I wipe the sweat off my brow here. The box for Switch says to Y+HOME. Alright, so I've recently cleared some of the controllers on my Switch and then paired a bunch more, so I think there should be room for a couple. These things still slide on really tight, man. They have not lost their strength. No wobble with these things. Alright, so I'll wipe the screen down. And not very well. That's okay. Alright, we're going to slide it in. Oh, it's not easy. So when you want to do that, you don't want to put your thumb here because it gets pinched in between, but you don't have the biggest grip on the back. So try to pinch right there or something. There might be a better way to go about it in the future. But alright, so yeah, the Switch is in and you can see it protrudes out a little bit. And that screen is really tight, but I don't know if something's holding it like it doesn't seem like anything's holding it other than friction, but it is like ridiculous friction. Like I'm pushing it, that ain't going nowhere. Alright, so let's turn the Switch on and see if I can just set this to pair. Okay, whoop, that's not what I wanted. That's what I want. Okay, grip order. Was it Y and home? Just short-term memory loss here. Yeah, Y and home. Okay, so is that gonna be Y once we pair it? Let's see. So Y plus home. Come on. You gonna work for me? There it goes. Ooh, I didn't like that rumble. I can already tell you I'm not gonna be thrilled with the rumble on here. And it looks like turbo is set on something. So yeah, turbo is set on something, but I'm gonna go into a button and figure it out because I can see the T is lit up and I hear something going click, 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 click. You hear that? You know, I could probably hold that down for 5 seconds. There we go. That was it. Wait, it vibrated like it turned off, but it's still lit. So let's see what's going on. Oh, it's ZL. Okay. Test controller buttons. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, now we're good. So A is B, which like it should be for Nintendo Switch. Everything is right. B, A, Y, X. Nice. R, L. That right click feels a little different than the left click. Left click feels nicer. This one has a little bit of a clunky click to it. L and R, you know, we already tested these. So yeah, we have analog triggers that work as digital triggers on both Nintendo Switch and iOS so far. D-pad, up, down, left, right. And these back buttons, you know, how did I do that? Oh, capture up there. Okay. Plus, minus. Wait, there was something I did that captured. So I know there's a M button right here, and I think that's to program your button. That's weird. So right now these back buttons are set to capture, and they're like hidden, but I don't know how to change that, and I'm not going to bother with it in this video. So this is just a basic first impressions video. I'll figure that out. Let's get out of here, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to test some Mario Kart. But before we do that, let's just look at the sticks, even though we already did on the iPhone. Any cardinal locking? Because we didn't test that. Nope. And I didn't expect it to be with 0.1% average circularity error. The sticks feel great. And actually, I think I was being nitpicky about that friction. They feel good. Flowing straight through the lines. You know, you can't draw a straight line when you have cardinal locking. I mean, you can. When you don't, it's not very easy. But yeah, this is beautiful. Sticks are good, and there's actually a decent height to them. They're definitely taller than Joy-Con sticks. So it feels good in the hands. You know, my pinkies are hanging down. But when you hold it down like this, say you're like sitting with your knees on your lap or you're sitting on the couch or something, it's fine. Holding it up like this for a long time, you know, vertically, might get a little tiring. But I think it just depends on the person. I have big hands, relatively speaking. So, all right, let's get out of here. Vampire Survivors is such a fun game, but I'm not going to play a 30-minute game with you guys on here, even though sometimes I tend to do that. We're just going to go, oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll do Mario Kart first, then we'll test Street Fighter, just like we usually do. And that'll probably be it. We did a little bit of Tetris on the iPhone. And maybe I'll come back with another short one on Android in a future video, but we'll have to see if there's any interest in this thing, if anybody has any interest. It looks a little funny with the Switch because the Switch is kind of big, but I think it looked pretty clean with the iPhone. And I think it'll look even better with the Samsung S23U. But I don't think it's gonna fit this thing because this thing is already really tight on the Switch. I'm not even gonna try. I know it's not gonna fit. So let's just get one race in, as usual. See if I embarrass myself on YouTube, in front of the world. I'm playing regional though, which would be Canada, United States, and Mexico, or anybody else in the world that chooses to play in Canada, United States, or Mexico. I think you can do that by playing where your friends are playing. Like if you have friends from other countries. All right, good. We're in the second lap. Let's watch player number 1. Let's watch the leader. Let's see what kind of shortcuts they know that we don't know. Adrian. Get those coins. He's not even getting the coins. Probably already has 10. But you still get a little boost from each coin that you hit. He's not taking shortcuts. He's just playing smooth, clean. I'm curious, guys, if you have any recommendations or suggestions for games that you'd like to see be tested. Whenever I'm testing out these consoles or handhelds or telescopic controllers, let me know. I'd be curious to know which games you'd enjoy seeing. I know you get tired of things like God of War. Look, there's another button right there. We have some things to learn about this still. But if you want a full, thorough tutorial for things, this is probably not the channel for you. This is the channel to have fun checking new things out, experiencing them a little bit, but I don't go too deep into diving into every single aspect of things. But if there's something you guys request, I'll do it. I'm looking forward to a bunch of other things I have sitting right beside me. I wish I could just pull into the frame right now and show you, but I'll keep them a surprise. Alright, here we go. One more chance to wipe the screen down a little bit. I really need to get some alcohol wipes. Vancouver Mario Kart Stadium. Let's just go random. I have a feeling there's going to be some good players right now. Some players that are going to be at least 20,000 in the points. Maybe 99,999. There usually is at least one. These clicky buttons actually feel really good. I like them. You know, I'm a fan of a standard silicone membrane button, but I also like a micro switch when it's done right. They caught me off guard at first, but they really do actually feel pretty good. I'm not sure, like I have to test them with headphones. That's one thing about clicky buttons for me, especially when there's like a silicone like softness in between them. I have to be able to feel some kind of tactility, not just hear it. All right, here we go. So the vibration is like kind of like that scratchy vibration, but it's not horrible. It's seriously not off-putting. It's just not wonderful. I like the standard rotor motors better, but but this isn't bad. It could be worse. It could be like the first Nitro dig. I know they're releasing a new one, so I'm not gonna dog on them. But man, they that first one, I don't know. I'm not gonna say this is much better. Look at the thumbstick in my right thumb. But, you know, you have to make some compromises for Nintendo Switch. I understand that, but they hyped that thing up, and I saw it right away, and I was like, dude, that's not going to be comfortable. And I think most people agreed with me in the end. Don't bomb me with that, dude. I won't bomb you with this if you don't honk that thing at me. Here, you know what? I'll throw it behind me. Hold on to that. I'm gonna let you stay right where you are. I'm just going to protect myself. Yeah, I can tell the rumble's probably set on its lowest. And if not, if it goes even lower, then cool. Because I like a subtle rumble. I want it to be there if it's something that's featured in the game. But when it gets like obnoxious, that's just, whoa, that was close. Should I keep my word and not throw the red shell? I'll let Big Rat get first. Not to say that I wouldn't get it, but I might get it now that that blue shell just went by. I think I got second in the last race because I was greedy and I used my shell, and I got first and the blue shell hit me, and I ended up getting second. But this time that was a legit second. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's see if home will take us home. Beautiful. All right, but before I do that, let's see. All right, 19894 versus 8359. I'm getting up there. All right, so let's get out of here. What do we want to test? A little Street Fighter, just see if we can do a Hadouken. A couple fireballs, a couple shoryukens, and I think we'll call it a day. Alright, let's just go training. Actually, you know what? Let's have just one fight. I should be able to do it. Let's put that on normal too. And I should be able to, if I can't defend myself with this D-pad, it's not a good D-pad. That's just basically what it comes down to. And we're going to use A+HOME this time. Okay, so the D-pad is definitely low. It's a little bit funny when you have to hold your hand like this to use the D-pad, so it's not ideal. Up. I didn't jump backwards. No, those diagonals are not, that back diagonal is not very good, but those fireballs are coming out fine. Again, I think that back diagonal took a little bit of extra effort, but fireballs are coming out. The front diagonals, they didn't have a problem at all. But I didn't get any shoryuken in. Alright. I knew I was going to get kicked in the head. No. So you know, I like it when it's easy to pull off the backwards fireball too, the red one. That's the powerful one. So you guys, the D-pad works. It's not in an ideal position. The thumbsticks, this one's fine. This one's obviously not in the ideal position either. So you got those issues with this. That's just the ergonomics. You got some funny back buttons that are kind of hard to even locate. You see I just took a screen cap again, and we don't need to play another round. I think that's it, guys. I think we call it on that. I'm not going to test Android because I'm filming with it and it's not going to fit on the tablet. So this is the LinYuvo Meteor, and LinYuvo Meteor, and I will have a link in the description below. And I think they might even have a coupon code hooked up with my name. So if that's the case, it might be in the description below and you will learn my full name. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.